Spiritualism, black magic and white magic and all that kind of stuff, and which was, a lot of people were doing at the time, which was like the post-hippie generation kind of thing, so all the peace and love was going out the window. And spiritualism and meditation, all that was coming in, so I was interested in that. And somebody gave Ozzy this old 16th century book of black magic, and it was all written in, I think it was Latin. And he brought it round to my flat because he knew that I was interested in books and magic and all that kind of thing. And I just got this really weird vibe off it. And I put it in this cupboard in the apartment that I was living in. And that night I just woke up suddenly and there was just this black shape at the bottom of my bed. And it just vanished into thin air as I was staring at it. And I just had the thought, it's got to have something to do with this book that Ozzy brought round for me, and I leapt out of bed, rushed to the cupboard to throw this book out, and the book was gone. And the next day I told Ozzy about it, and about 3 days after that we came up with our first song, Black Sabbath.
Manipulate the system, man. Y'all, you can't let the system manipulate you. You supposed to manipulate the system. You supposed to manipulate reality. Let me put y'all on some game, right? About numerology, right? So numerology told me exactly when I was gonna make my millions. On God.
Alright, peace, y'all. Peace. In this video, I'm gonna be breaking down Young Blue's Beautiful Lie video, okay, featuring Kehlani. This video came out a few days ago. It's new. Alright, now I'm gonna tell y'all something about this song though, that I want people to understand something about certain techniques that these artists and engineers use, okay? When you hear an artist use the vibrato effect on their voice, okay? Now, some of y'all may not know what that is, but a lot of artists tend to use this same effect now, okay? Young Blue uses it a lot. A lot of radio hits are mainly using it. What's the guy named Don Toliver, Dej Loaf? A lot of artists are using the vibrato on their vocal effects, all right, as vocal effects. But what this does, though, it instills fear in the listener, all right? With the frequencies going up and down at a rapid pace, it can instill fear in the listener, all right? So when you hear these songs with this type of vibrato in the vocals, okay, you have to be very careful, all right? So I'm going to just pinpoint this whole video out for y'all and give y'all a brief description on what's to come for the future, all right? Because they have a lot of symbolisms been in these videos as of lately. They've been showing people what's about to take place, and we know that this metaverse and this metaverse situation is definitely coming into action, all right? So the video starts off here with Young Blue, okay, what appears to be a spacecraft levitating in the air, okay? Now, if we look at it, it looks to be a half of a yin and yang symbol, all right? So when we see this, we see half of the yin and yang symbol, but it represents the dark energy side, all right? The dark side of that yin and yang, all right? Also, if we turn this screen here upside down, it also represents the 6, okay? But I'm gonna break this whole situation down. What I want you guys to pay very close attention to is the concentration camps. Now, there's a Haitian artist that just released a video, okay, with the same depiction in it, all right, around the same time, all right? So we have to pay very close attention to what the media is trying to explain to us without being said, all right? So now we see the concentration camps down here, all right? And this is a representation of what's to come, all right? Okay, so here you have a scene. Here's the scene of Young Blue. Now, I want to point something out now to y'all. Now he's looking up at this spacecraft, right? What appears to be a spacecraft, but we all know this is a representation of the devil, all right? But I'm gonna break it down and how this is all going to transpire. This is a futuristic realm, okay? A representation of a futuristic realm of him making a pact with the devil, all right? But I'm gonna break all of it down. I'm gonna explain it now. In the same scene too, I want to point out in the same scene too, in the song as the song is playing, and he's looking up at this device. The words come out, the lyrics quote, and you must be the devil, okay, as he's looking up at this device, all right? So, and we know how these people play. Also, if you guys pay attention to the three pyramids on the left side of him, all right, we all know that this is all ancient Egyptian Greek worship and all of this stuff. They're very clever, and like I told you, when they go and do these videos at the desert, all right, this is a representation of selling your soul, all right? So they were very clever on how they did this, but it was kind of blatant, all right? Now, he's standing here with this young lady here. Now, I'm going to explain to you the purpose of her being in this scene or in the whole video, all right? But I want to point out to you that he's looking at this device, okay, with his hand, his right hand on his heart, okay, to basically say, to represent, he's making that promise. He's solely committed to making that promise, all right? And this young lady here is supposed to be the individual that he is supposed to offer to Satan, all right? But I'm going to break that down as well. I'm going to break that down too. All right, so now they walking towards this device here, all right, this flotation device here, and then they are levitating up onto this spacecraft, all right? Now, some people could say this is a form of astral projection or spirit possession, okay? When you involve aliens and connect them to the aspect of demons, the two do run hand in hand, okay? But we there's numerous ways you could break this down and describe it, but I'm gonna keep going here. All right, so here, young Blue and the young lady here is facing what appears to be a portal. Okay, now I want you guys to pay very close attention to the look on her face. All right, the sight of fear. Okay, so when he's sitting here and he's definitely committed to what he's willing to do. As you notice, the fear is in her eyes. All right, but also pay attention to the duality here. All right, she's wearing white and he's wearing black. All right, so they are very clever on how they doing this here. All right, we gotta pay very close attention, but there's a deeper spiritual meaning to this. All right. Okay, so now we see here that they're facing what appears to be this portal after they've been abducted. All right. Now we know now that we're entering what appears to be a new realm. Okay, what is called to be the metaverse. All right. So now with the metaverse coming into play, they are prepping society to be basically controlled, all right, by this electronic lifestyle, all right. So when we see this here, I'm gonna break it down and how he's going to make the pact with this young lady and things of that nature, all right. All right, so you see here that they're faced in front of this portal, what appears to be this portal here, okay? And the young woman is still in distraught, okay? But he's okay with it, all right? Now, at this very point in time, he's supposed to offer her into this portal, okay? The same concept as what Travis Scott did, all right? But he's supposed to offer her into this portal. But instead, young Blue sacrificed himself and went in and made the deal with the devil, okay? Now, we see Kalani here. Kalani is on the other side, inside of this, what appears to be a portal, all right? And now, we all know, now I'm not saying that Kalani is the devil or nothing like that. I don't know the young lady, but we all know that Satan represents that color red, okay? And, we know that, like I explained to y'all, that lady in red, okay? That lady in red, we have to pay very close attention to the details, all right, in these videos. Okay, so here, we see Kehlani here with the duality here, all right, with the half black, half white here. Okay, like I said here, she's representing the duality as she's rocking the red coat. You know what I'm saying? Also, she has a sunburst pendant on. All right, a lot of y'all may not be familiar with the sunburst pendant. It is basically a pendant that receives energy. Okay, to represent the sun. All right, so if you're in the sun worship, all right, this would be a pinnacle that most people would wear or have, to embrace that energy. Now, there's nothing wrong with the sun, having the sun around your neck or whatever you choose to do. I mean, if you worship the sun, that's your business. All right. But I mean, just a lot of people have to be very careful with this stuff, man. You got to be very, very careful. Okay, so now we see here Kalani is making the Baphomet hand gestures, all right? And one hand she's doing the Baphomet, the other hand is pointing upward, all right, to show that who her leader is, all right, who her God is, all right, who gave her this fame and fortune. Okay, these artists are very clever in how they do stuff. Okay, they're very clever and very smart. So we can't take this for granted and let these type of things slide. All right, as if this is not, going on in front of our eyes. All right, yeah. So now it cuts to the scene, right, where the young lady that was with Young Blue is now upset that he entered this portal. Okay, and he can't come back out. All right, but this is the thing about this, right? When you get involved into this type of spiritual aspect, okay, and you want to enter certain portals or realms, all right, this is where people get stuck at, there's no coming back from this, all right. So we have to pay very close attention to individuals wanting to embrace this new vibe or new portals and realms and all of that stuff. Like, you guys got to be very careful. When indulging in a lot of this stuff, man. People get involved with this stuff and, never come back from it, Okay, so now we see here Kehlani is, there is a flame, okay, that comes from Kehlani's hand as she's throwing up the Baphomet again, all right? Now, when we see this here, okay, this is the form. Now, if I'm gonna break it down for a lot of people that may not understand, all right? Now, I'm not giving you guys pointers on how to do anything, but when you involve yourself in any type of satanic behavior or things of that nature, right? They always say you have to vibrate on the... So when we see this red flame, okay, this is a representation of that red flame that she's going to spark into Young Blue, all right, to make him a star, all right? Now, when you doing deals with the devil or whatever y'all people be into or whatever the nonsense, all right, understand something, man. That you tapping into a certain type of dark energy that you don't want no parts of, all right? I'm going to tell y'all this again. You don't want no parts of this, all right? So when we see her here, she's throwing this flame out. It may look creative and, genuine and cool to the average viewer, all right? But this is a representation, okay, of that flame, that fire that she's giving Young Blue, okay, to become a star, all right? So it cuts back to the scene now where they've left the spacecraft, all right, and they're back on ground again, okay? And then once he's back on ground, I want you guys to pay very close attention to how all of the military army vets, or whatever you want to call them, and even Young Blue and this young lady here are still staring up at the spacecraft. At the same time, he mentions, you must be the devil, okay? All right, so here we see that these are representations of how they like to maneuver and persuade the viewer to think that it's something else when it's really not. Okay, so this was basically a futuristic way to represent making a pact with the devil. All right, so now, like I said, I want you guys to, do your due diligence and be very careful on the stuff you involve yourself in. All right, we don't promote none of that stuff over here, but I just want to give you guys a clarification that a lot of these things are taking place in the average viewer's eyes. All right. All right, so now the video ends with this device, okay, that actually disappears out of thin air. All right, so the whole purpose of this, okay, was to conjure up this demon or this devil here. All right, which is why this video was shot, okay, on the desert. All right, but this was the whole purpose, was to conjure up this demon. And once Young Blue made the pact with this demon, okay, it had no purpose to stay there any longer. All right, so this is when you see the device vanish in the thin air, and then as he then again quotes, "You must be the devil." All right, so we see how they playing now. Also, I want to point this out. I'm looking at this screen here, and if you look closely, okay, into this device that was once there, you can see a small face. Okay, a small face. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I'm definitely looking at it. All right, so we got to be very careful in the stuff that they projecting to us. All right, so the next joint right here, man, is Juice WRLD's video "Burn." Okay, now Juice WRLD, I'm not sure what year he passed away. I think it was 2018 or 19, if I'm not mistaken. But this is a new song. Well, it's pretty old. It leaked. I think it leaked last year, and then now it just made the album. It's a pretty good song. I like it. All right, I like the song. Even though it's not my kind of message, but Juice WRLD is very talented. I give him that. He's a very talented individual. All right, so the song is called "Burn" by Juice WRLD, right? Very good graphics, very great graphics, but there's a lot of things in this video that have to be explained. All right, so and also I want to point this out to you guys too. His album just recently came out, right? But they're saying that Juice WRLD is not dead because of the track listing setup. Now, if you look at this track listing here, right, as you go down the line, you can see that it says Juice WRLD is alive. All right. Now that's kind of weird, like to actually have that. Like, I don't know if this was the label's idea to do that, or if there was some type of spiritual aspect, or if Juice WRLD is actually still alive. All right. A lot of y'all guys out there claim that these entertainers fake their deaths, which I wouldn't doubt it. But a lot of times we think about it, like, how would they be able to stay quiet for that long? Like they said about Tupac, like, Tupac wasn't able to stay quiet for long. You know what I'm saying? But we get into the video, man. I'm gonna get into the video. All right, so it starts with the sun rising. Now, you know what I always mention about sun rising, right? The horizon. All right. This is a representation of the god Horus. All right, so when we see the sun rising, that's a representation of the horizon. All right, so you guys got to understand why they put certain scenes and clips and videos. It's just to depict this energy. All right, and it's crazy, man. It's crazy how these people do, man. I don't know what's going on with these media moguls, man. It's weird. All right, so here the scene cuts to the sky. Okay, the sky is having what appears to be lightning striking inside of the clouds. All right, now this actually took place in real life, okay, in a few months ago in Mexico. All right, and I'm gonna show you guys this clip here. All right, so you seen that clip there, right? This is a representation of what's to come. All right, so now I don't know if these people know what's about to take place, but this is supposed to show a representation of the apocalypse, okay, the rapture. All right, when they said that Jesus and God will come back, all right, and reign over the heavens. They were fighting in the sky. The angels and the demons were fighting in the sky. They were at war in the sky. All right, so when we see this here, this is a depiction of what's to come. All right, so now they did a great job with the effects here. I'm not gonna lie. whoever was in charge of editing and doing the effects, they did a wonderful job with this video. But the message behind it is kind of creepy, all right? Okay, so here, right, as we see again, this man here, and I want you guys to pay very close attention to this guy here, all right? He's to represent the music mogul, okay? But he sees this dark cloud in the sky, okay, as the sky opens up and you see a flame come through the clouds, okay? What appears to be like a portal, it looks like a portal here. But this individual here noticed this, okay, and took flight. He got up out of there, all right? So this is all a depiction on where, and I don't know where they it looks like they shot this in L.A. So it's like downtown L.A., if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, man, it's weird, man, with this video here. It's gonna get crazier though. All right, so we see here, right? It shows a depiction of an asteroid actually flying into Earth. All right, not one, but more than one asteroid flying into Earth. There's a scene with the young lady, a little girl. I can't show that part because I don't want to show any children on my page. But there's a scene with the young girl. I wanted to break that down for y'all, but I'm gonna move forward, man. But this is a depiction of asteroids hitting the Earth. Now we all know that in the Bible, before the apocalypse came, this was a mention that we would be struck, all right, by comets and asteroids, all right before the world ended. Okay, so they're depicting that an apocalypse is coming, all right. They're depicting this in this video here. Okay, so now one of the asteroids, okay, hits a building, okay, in LA. Now, if you guys been paying attention to the news, right, they're saying that it's a purge, okay, in California at this time. All right, there's a lot going on over there, and people have to be very safe and careful. You know, if you guys are on the West Coast, man, I'm praying for y'all, man. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong or whatever. I'm not trying to instill fear in anybody. But, you know, just guys be safe, man. Just be safe out there, you know. And I don't know what's going on, but, you know, there's a lot going on. I'll tell you that. All right, so now as we see, the clouds are getting dark as these asteroids hit, okay? So pay attention to this scene here, all right? This is a representation of the rapture, okay? So when we see that there's no lights, you know, they're showing the city, the skyline of the city, but there are no lights, okay? We've all heard these stories that the power will go out, all right? Everything will go out, and there will be balls and flames of fire hitting the earth for that global reset, okay? Now, when this will take place, nobody knows, okay? Nobody knows when this will happen. But assuming that these people have certain technologies and things of that nature, we can't put it past them, all right? We cannot put anything past these people, all right? So when they're showing us these things in music videos, we have to take this stuff into consideration and let it be known like, yo, man, you know, this is getting weird, all right? All right, so now all of a sudden, the asteroid hits the city and everything explodes, all right, to the point where you can't see anything, all right? Everything explodes. All right, but there's not too much to explain on this, but the whole town, what it appears to be the whole town of L.A. is burnt to a crisp, all right? Burnt to a crisp. Okay, so you see here that the asteroids, there are more than one asteroid flying into a certain demographic on the Earth, okay, which is going to cause havoc and cause a major problem for the entire world, all right? So when we see that they're putting this stuff in videos, we know that they know something that we don't know. Now, if you guys pay very close attention here, like I said, the creator of this video was very nice. He's nice with it. I can't lie. This is great graphics. Amazing job. He did an amazing job, all right? But like I said, the message is kind of weird. It's a weird message. All right, so that they showed the kid there, but I can't show that part. All right, so now this is very important. When we notice the apocalypse, right? It says that the sky will turn red. All right, so when we see the sky turning red here, all right, and now I want you guys to pay very close attention to this. All right, on the back of who is supposed to represent Juice WRLD. Okay, this is not actually Juice WRLD. is supposed to represent him. Okay, but on the back of his coat, okay, it says "Lost in the Abyss." All right, with the numbers 666 going around in a circle. Okay, now we all know Juice WRLD spoke on this before. He mentioned the number 666 and what it meant to him. Okay, and his connection with it. But he truly believed that it was 999. But we all know that flipped upside down is basically 666, right? But when we see "Lost in the Abyss," right, and I mentioned this in the Young Dolph video where I broke down his video. His recent video that he last did, with him being in the abyss. Now we know that the devil resides at the darkest bottom of the pit. All right, the bottomless pit, which represents the abyss. Okay, the bottom. All right, so when we see this, okay, this is a representation of Juice WRLD's soul being lost in the abyss. Okay, so when we see Young Dolph in the abyss and representing being in the abyss, and Juice WRLD saying "lost in the abyss," they both were signed to Empire. They're both related. We know that there's a connection with this type of demonic energy or force. All right, so we have to be very careful, man. Like a lot of things that go on in front of these, in these videos, man, that'll go over the average viewer's eyes. All right. So now, as the asteroids are hitting all over downtown LA, everything is burning to a crisp. Everything is cooked right now. All right, so it's basically preparing us for that new world order. All right, basically preparing us for the new world order. All right, but this next scene here is troubling. Okay, because I didn't know that Juice WRLD had this tattoo on his chest. Okay, which is depicted here as the fallen angel, okay, Lucifer. All right, now if you guys can, I don't know if you can, but if you zoom in on Juice WRLD's stomach, this demon that he tattooed on himself has the same numbers that he had on his back in this scene. Okay, so that's the 666 there that is on this demon. All right, so I'm pretty sure he knew what he was doing. Okay, and participating in, he wanted to live that rock star life and, be a rebel and on the edge. But like I tell y'all all the time, man, when you inviting these type of spirits and energies into your life, man, it's only going to cause you problems, man. You know what I'm saying? You guys got to be very careful with dealing with this stuff, man. Like, I wish I can't say it enough, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to just keep drilling it in y'all head until you get it. And understand that don't mess with this stuff. All right. So now, the video ends with him showing his left arm. Okay, with the tattoo that he spoke about, the 999, which is actually the 666, right? But right above that, he has a tattoo that reads Abyss. Okay, so when we look at him representing the abyss with the number of the beast under it. Okay, I'm pretty sure he was well aware where his soul was going to go. Okay, after he left this earth. All right. I pray for these dudes, man. Like a lot of people don't understand that this part of the game, man, comes with a lot of demonic energy, man. A lot of demonic energy, and you guys got to be very careful. Signing these deals, man. If you sign a deal out there and your label tells you to get these type of tattoos, okay, because sometimes I'm gonna be honest with you, man. A lot of times these artists come in the game with no tattoos. It be these labels that tell them, hey, get these kind of tattoos. Get this, man, to make yourself more edgy. We want that edgy look. Get this, get that. So when you putting this type of stuff on your body, man, you're actually cursing yourself. All right. So if you guys out there want to sign record deals, just be very careful in these record labels telling y'all to get these weird tattoos on you. Look up the meaning of a lot of this stuff before you get tattoos on you. Just don't get it because the label said to get it. And you could and always remember, you could always say no. All right, you don't have to do what these people tell you to do. All right, you could always say no to their nonsense. All right, so now once the asteroid hits the Earth. Okay, all of a sudden now, the world blows up and explodes. Okay, so we see here that it's a depiction of what's to come. All right, and we got to stay well aware, y'all. All right, we got to stay very well aware. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna be doing these videos more. I'm gonna be speaking on a lot of good artists, good topics. You know, I try to mix it up. I don't want it to be too much the same. You know, that's part of my creativity of me just being over here and over there with it. So if you watch this video, I appreciate you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. All right. Thank every last one of my YouTube subscribers. I thank every last one of y'all, all 95,000 of y'all, man. Every last one of y'all, man. You know, that meant a lot to me that you guys subscribed and shared, man. Even the people that don't get the notifications, man, at least you cared enough to subscribe to my channel, all right? And I also want to thank all my Patreon supporters, all right, that keep the lights on over here, man. I appreciate y'all as well. And like I said, I'm going to continue to give y'all exclusive content. You know, I just have to upload videos every now and then on YouTube to keep this channel active, all right? So I hope everybody has a blessed weekend, blessed week, what have you, all right? And stay safe out here because times are changing, all right? And we have to stay prayed up at all times. All right, peace. God bless.